The ruthless East Texas heat not only affects people, but East Texas wildlife can experience behavior change as well, putting them in contact with humans. Animals normally survive on their woodland environmental resources, but when they run out, they may come looking in residential areas for food and water. East Texas News Weekend's Bob Hallmark has more.
The 100-plus degree heat parches the land and dries up water holes and streams, resources wildlife needs for survival.
We always encourage people to be careful during this time of year so that they don't put themselves in a position to have an encounter with something that they're not expecting to have an encounter with.
It changes animals' behavior to look elsewhere for relief, and that could bring them into your backyard.
Animals that are typically nocturnal may be coming out during the daytime. They're coming out whenever they need to find the resources that are required. They're coming out and they're in areas that they wouldn't normally be.
In drought and heat periods, animals such as coyotes, raccoons, possums, and snakes can come looking for food and, more important, water.
We see more snakes this time of year. The vast majority of our snakes are non-venomous. This can put people at risk. This can put pets at risk.
The most common mistake that most make, which will practically guarantee a wildlife encounter, is this: leaving food and water out for your pets at night.
Once you feed your pets, pull that food up. Don't store it in outside areas. Don't store it in open garages. Don't store it in areas where those animals can come into it.
A longtime animal control officer, Kemper, says wildlife can carry disease, so interaction is not advised.
Just leave them alone. Don't try to approach them. Don't try to pet them. Certainly don't try to make a pet out of them.
Bob Hallmark, East Texas News Weekend.
Kemper says if you have wildlife that is frequenting your property, you should call your local animal control or game warden to have it removed and relocated.